China's crackdown on Christians and their churches is intensifying. Last weekend, nearly 50 members of the Early Rain Covenant Church, including 11 children, were arrested at two different locations in the city of Chengdu. Public Security Bureau agents closed the church last December and arrested Pastor Wahng-yee and 160 Christians. This time, the church reports at least two of its members were violently beaten. Also, authorities detained 11 children, some of them for nearly 8 hours. Senior international correspondent Gary Lane joins us now to talk more about it. So this latest raid is nothing new. This has actually been going on for quite some time. Explain.
Yes, if you remember back in September, there was a raid against the Zion Church. That was shut down. And then you had mentioned December 9th, the Early Rain Covenant Church, Pastor Wahng-yee, he's still in prison. He's charged with subverting the state. And then this past weekend, we saw these two raids, and children were, kept on the floor for 8 hours. That's where they had to sleep. They were not fed. Pregnant women were there, also elderly people, and some of them were beaten, Ephraim.
Oh, so hard to believe. One recent raid of a Bible study in Chengdu was especially troubling. Tell us about that one.
Yes, I want to tell you about that one because I want to show you some video. This is a man by the name of Brother Lou. And look at his forehead. He was beaten. His wife was beaten. What was their crime? Last weekend, last Saturday, he attended an Early Rain Covenant Church Bible study at a home. The home was raided. It was one of the two that was raided. And they were taken in for questioning for about 8 hours. They were beaten, and then they were released. Now, the troubling thing is not just the beatings, but when they were released, they went back to their apartment. There was Public Security Bureau police there and the landlord. They were evicted. So what that says, Ephraim, and what it shows is, look, the Chinese government is not just trying to shut down the church buildings, and stop the church. It is trying to also destroy the lives of people who attend these churches.
So why now?
Well, that's a good question. It has been going on for several years, but you have a new president who is now president for life, President Xi. And the Chinese central government, the Central Committee, and they're saying, look, we're going to crack down on these churches because they are a threat to us. And as you know, Christians love freedom. We say it comes from God.
Absolutely.
They don't want people to follow God. They want people to follow the state. They want them to be good communists. Why would you need to worship and follow God when you have President Xi? And when you have the communist government here and the Communist Party? We provide all you need, not some deity that you can't even see. So this is a threat to their authority. They have burned 4,000 crosses over recent years. That's in Henan province. And burned Bibles and raided churches. And this, Christians say this is the worst crackdown since Mao and the Cultural Revolution. So it's really bad for Christians in China. Now, it has been bad, but this is even worse.
It's so hard to watch.
Yes.
What can our viewers be doing about this?
Well, the believers there always say, when you talk to them and you say, what can we do? The first thing they say is pray for us. But they also need Bibles. Now, the Chinese government will say, we print 12 million Bibles each year. But did you know only about a third of those are actually kept domestically, and the translations aren't good. They're what the government wants Christians to understand, not the true translation of the word.
All right, Gary Lane, thank you so much for your insight into what's happening there. Much appreciated.